Hey, what's up guys, TechTine here and I'm back again with a brand new video. Before I begin, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy watching my videos, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So with that being said, today I'm going to be speaking on my positives and the pros of the OnePlus 13R now that this phone has been out for a little bit over 9 months. I found that making a video discussing the pros of this phone was much easier than making a video discussing the cons of this device, which I will be publishing a video where we talk about the trade-offs, and that will be separate, but it should be out here short. Now, one of the first things that I want to speak on is the premium design for a not so premium price. So this phone does fall under the sort of budget devices. For $599 you get a quality device. Now it's actually cheaper than something like the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE, but if you guys want to see the comparison between the OnePlus 13R and the S25 FE, I'll make it happen, just let me know. And the design follows this sort of a boxier look with a triple camera setup surrounded by this big circle on the back. Now what I really like about this design is the features, that the hardware feature that it brings, which is the alert slider. Now another positive that I want to say about this phone is the fact that the USB-C port here does support some stupid 80-watt fast charging capability with the right wall adapter and the right cord, of course. But to even just support that, you can get 0 to 50 in 20 minutes and sort of a full charge in almost 50 minutes. I've tested it. It was basically plus or minus 3 to 5 minutes. Nothing crazy, but overall though, not too shabby, right? Now, the other thing that I want to say is positive from a design perspective is the fact that in this price point, you get an IR blaster that have sort of died in smartphones in modern world. So you don't really get to see that, but it's really nice for a phone to have it. And I actually found myself using this device as my remote control for my TV more than the actual remote that came with the TV. Now, another positive that I want to speak on here is within the display itself. This is definitely such a premium display that I still think that in some scenarios, this follows a sort of a flagship display capability. It gives me high brightness, really good quality colors. It's an AMOLED display with a high refresh rate, and this phone also does have a IP68 water resistance rating, so also is very protected from your everyday life. Another big category that is considered a really nice pro when it comes to the OnePlus 13R is within the high-end performance. So this phone does use the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, which is not quite the 8 Elite processor, but the 8 Gen 3 processor is no slouch. I mean, it still is a beast of a processor, and paired that with a big size 6000 milliamp hour battery, which the battery life on this phone is excellent, and really so much RAM that you don't even know what to do with. I mean, it has 12 gigs of RAM right out of the box. You have an option for 16 gigs as well if you really want to go crazy. But yeah, multitasking is very smooth on this phone. The high refresh rate, in addition to all the specs combined, just makes for a really nice experience overall. And the battery life on here with standby and just pushing the phone as hard as you can. Yeah, no, this phone has excellent performance overall, and I can't really complain too much about it from that regard. It definitely beats out some phones within the same price point and with an even higher price point. So keep that in mind if you're interested in buying this phone now that it's been out on the market for 9 months. So overall though, my experience, the positives have definitely been really good when it comes to this phone. This is almost a complete device. So the camera system is the last point that I want to bring, because this point here so the camera system can either be a pro and a con. In some scenarios it can be a pro, in others it can be a con. So let's talk about the pros. The pros is that you get a sharp 50 megapixel sensor with an ultra wide and a telephoto sensor, so you get more variety, and the camera interface is quick, easy to use, straight to the point, and switching between modes is also very smooth, very good. The pictures though, it takes somewhat of good pictures. I don't want to say it takes incredible photos, because that would be a goddamn lie, but it takes some good pictures. So let's leave it at that. I'll talk a little bit more about the bad side of the camera in my cons portion of this video. But overall though, from sort of a pro's perspective, this is definitely a capable phone, and I think a lot of people that will use this phone would not be disappointed at all. Overall, it brings in some powerful performance, quick charging speed, a good display, and a relatively good design. So keep that in mind if you're interested in buying this phone, and you can definitely find it for cheaper than that MSRP $600. If you can get it for $450, then you got yourself a really nice deal. So with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Stay on the lookout for the cons of the OnePlus 13R that should be coming out shortly. But I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching.